It's my favorite thing.
Anything more would leave it to chance too much. Now the rules were made for breaking, but I'm only asking for 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Mom, only asking for 3 seconds. And the world keeps on
Like the kind of rules you had in school. It's just my 3-second rule.
And the world keeps on
It's called the 3-second rule.
I can't take it.
Like the kind of rules you had in school.
And the world keeps on ticking. I don't know what they're saying. I don't think you need to.
Oh my god. Could we just, would it take long to just listen to it and see if you can tell?
Oh, please.
I should know the timestamp by now.
And not touch.
Here we go.
Anything more would leave it to chance too much. Now the rules were made for breaking.
Now, the rules weren't meant for breaking.
Okay.
Now the rules weren't meant for breaking.
I'm only asking for 3 seconds.
I'm only asking for 3 seconds.
3 seconds on the line.
One more time. I want to sing with them.
Anything more would leave it to chance too much.
Now the rules weren't made for breaking. But I'm only asking for 3 seconds.
3 seconds on the line. I hope it's not asking too much. It's called a 3-second rule. Like the kind of rules you had in school. It's just my 3-second rule. It's designed to keep my man in line as long as he knows the 3-second rule. Like the kind
Oh my
of rules you had in
God.
school. It's just my 3-second rule.
Don't even need the podcast. I'm done.
Man in line as long as he knows the 3-second
I really hope that we can. I hope this doesn't get content ID'd.
Could it? Oh, I'm sweating too.
I mean, it is on YouTube, so it's possible, but I think it's worth the
I
risk.
think she would appreciate it. We're not laughing at her. We're laughing.
We're laughing at her background singers.
Yeah, we love her. Her Bee Gees can go to hell. Her little chipmunk Bee Gees.
And the rules were made for breaking. I'm only asking for 3 seconds. That's exactly what they sound like.
Do you think they were singing like that, or they have like a filter, like a?
No, it's one guy.
Is it?
It's one guy who's singing like that, and he's recording over each track to create stacked harmonies.
Is it?
So the first
Can
one's
you
like,
prove it?
I mean, I could recreate that exactly and make it sound exactly like the background vocals. Yeah.
Wow, that changes everything for me. And she wrote a if you're seeing this, I've died message, which we should probably write.
I would love to have
Like
one
a
of those.
social media one.
I just have this sinus thing, and I don't know.
It. Be my Dennis Quaid man.
Okay. So. Okay. Remember, you can guess what we saw by going over to ohyabigtime.tv/guess. We saw something, and if you can guess what it is, you'll get $500. Right?
Yeah.
And always remember, you can give us a call at 802-870-6928. Comment on something we said.
Anything.
Or ask us a question about something that you don't know the answer to.
Just don't criticize us. I can't take it.
Even that. I'll take a criticism
We'll take a
at this
single
point.
call. I don't even care. Tell us you hope we die.
Just if you're criticizing us, you only have 3 seconds. That is our
Yeah.
3-second rule.
Ooh, good tie-in.
Okay. welcome to Oh Yeah Big Time. This episode is not brought to you by Dead Dog. Do you want a companionship that could weather any storm? Do you want someone who always wants you around no matter what? Do you want someone who looks at you the way angels look at God? Well, what if I told you you could have all of that and more so long as you accept the crushing reality that it will all end in the treacherously crippling grip of death's ice cold and painfully swift hands? Introducing Dead Dog. And for a limited time with your Dead Dog, you'll get a bonus add-on like mound of blankets on the bed that make you think, oh, that's just my dog on the bed. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I'm crying now. And haunting bag of treats in the cupboard that make you think he loved those treats. I'm not ready to throw them away yet. I'm crying now. Dead Dog. How does it hurt this bad? All right. So,
If you're wondering why we're talking about all this, you guessed it. Our dog died.
we have a dead dog.
That would be a weird intro if our dog didn't die.
Yeah.
You're just like,
just a reminder.
Yeah,
We're
just
not
a
going
reminder.
we're not going through this personally,
but it could happen to
It could
anybody.
happen if you have a dog.
Yeah. Old Saxby had him for 11 years, died a couple weeks ago. We haven't been recording.
We gave up on everything in life.
Yeah.
Did we order a pizza?
Would you like to?
Yes.
I'm really. Hold on.
Like you take these dogs and they're basically wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come into your home and they're aware, they love you.
Highly attuned, cuddly and sleepy.
And the whole time it's like, you could end my life
oh yeah,
at
one
any
little-
moment. Like I would put like, I don't know, a piece of food on my finger and give it to Saxby and he would just
He's very gentle.
gently, like, to be able to, and it would be a piece of meat, to be able to distinguish like a piece of beef from my meaty finger.
Yeah.
And to know that like, oh, I can't eat I don't want to eat that part because that'll hurt that person that I know.
He gently takes that meat. But if you were to throw that meat, he'd chomp it.
Right, yeah.
But he doesn't want to hurt your meat.
Insane.
Hmm.
So we were real sad. We're still sad.
Very sad.
But time
It's getting worse. It's getting worse with time.
time makes wounds worse before the wounds are healed
does.
through time.
I'm in a bad place. So it's a great time for a comedy podcast.
Yeah, so that's why we didn't do, what was it, 2 weeks we were gone?
I don't know. It was on the 2nd, so 16 days, so probably 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
He died from a thing called HSA, which we didn't know about. But
which is not a health savings account.
I know. When they said that, I was like, do you want me to pay for the
Right.
HSA with my HSA?
Do we have that for the dog?
It sounds friendly.
It does.
It's a horrible.
He has HSA. It's like, oh, good.
Yeah, he's invested.
No.
No, it's a horribly deadly cancer. And 300,000 dogs die from it each year. And I've never heard of it, and no one's heard of it. So I wrote a PSA, if you wouldn't mind reading it, so that other people know about it.
Where is it?
It's the HSA PSA. It's in the folder.
Oh. Yeah, so there's a common dog cancer that no one knows about, no one's talking about, and it's known as a silent killer because dogs, you find out that your dog has this because they died. That's how you find out, usually. So it's called hemangiosarcoma. Hemangiosarcoma.
Sarcoma.
Or HSA. It's an aggressive blood vessel cancer that causes tumors on the spleen, the liver, heart. So usually the first really clear sign is like a sudden collapse or extreme weakness. Other warning signs are like fatigue, a distended abdomen, a belly that's bigger than usual, being unstable or instability, rapid breathing, pale gums, loss of appetite. And it typically affects larger breeds, so like German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, Labrador Retrievers, and then also these. But it can happen to like any breed. So our 13-year-old pit bull, 2 months ago, we had every possible test done to screen for cancer. They all came back perfectly normal. He was going on like 2-mile-long walks every day, totally fine. And then one morning, he just collapsed. He had labored breathing and his belly was engorged. And so we rushed him to the vet, and within 45 minutes, we had to put him down. So most people who have lost their dog through this report the exact same experience, or just their dog dies right there. So they're playing with him 1 minute, and then suddenly they're not. So the first time owners usually hear about this is when their dog is about to die from it. If it's to that late stage where they're collapsing or their body shuts down, there's not much that can be done. They can like drain the fluid around the heart, but that's just a temporary Band-Aid. So emergency vets may do like stabilizing treatments to make them more comfortable before passing and give you time to say goodbye. But early detection does allow for surgery or chemotherapy, but the prognosis is still pretty grim, with only about 10% of dogs surviving a year after they're diagnosed. So I think most dog owners are like us, where we envisioned our dogs living their best lives and then slowly sort of deteriorating as they age. But it turns out they can literally just drop dead. So it's important to look out for those symptoms and know that this is even an option. If you have an older dog or a higher risk breed, do some research and talk to your vet about HSA. And, cherish your dog and treat it like every walk might be the last one, because it might be. And that's what happened to us.
All right.
So that's fun. Funny podcast.
Thanks. That's the end of our podcast.
All right. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. I don't really want to talk about it, but he died, and that we don't. Those are he just died. We'll probably do a tribute later because this is supposed to be a funny podcast, and we don't.
Supposed to get you away from your troubles.
Yeah, so I can have my little audio journal later, but we don't need me crying right now because this is a funny podcast. Thank
Yes. On a lighter, happier note, today is a very special day.
It is November 18th.
Today, what is it, 7 years ago?
1620, yep.
So 7 years ago today, we met each other.
In real life.
In real life, in New York City.
Like a romantic comedy.
Sort of, yeah, because we met, I'm on the corner of the street.
Well, we met online dating.
We met online dating, yes.
Yeah.
But then we're like, let's meet in real life. We go to New York City. Why? I don't know. It was magical.
Romantic.
But we get to the corner where the Airbnb is. Well, like the corner, the street corner where the Airbnb is. And I'm waiting on Leah. And then I see her with her luggage and stuff across the street. So I walk over to her. And then I'm like, okay, well, you have to show your ID to the front desk to get in. Because you get put on a list with the Airbnb because that's, I don't know, the rule with the building. And then I go to feel my back pocket and I have no wallet. First time meeting.
Nice to meet you. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. By the way, I'm irresponsible.
I don't have any money or an ID right now.
I can't do anything. And so we can't get into this building. So we're stuck on the streets of Manhattan.
And I was because I was sick back then, so I was very nauseous from my bumpy Lyft drive. So I was like on the verge of vomiting anyway. And we're trapped outside. And God bless New York, but a little smelly.
Yeah.
And so we're just trapped outside. What did you call?
So what I got on the phone, I went to Uber and I found who was my driver and I called my driver. His name was Moussa. Moussa. Moussa.
Moussa.
Great name.
Yeah.
But Moussa was not having it. I'm like, Moussa, I think I left I think I left my wallet in the back seat of your car. And he's like, well, I'm on the other side of the island now. I'm in the financial district. And I was like, I'll pay you $100 to come here right now and just give me my wallet. And he's like, I'll see what I can do. So like 20, 30 minutes goes by. Haven't heard from Moussa. So I call Moussa again and I'm like, Moussa,
Brother.
what do you do? Can you bring me my wallet? He's like, well, I'm over here. I'm doing some rides. I'm like, I'll pay you $200. Just come here right now and give me my wallet. We're right by an ATM. You bring me the wallet. You wait 5 seconds. I'll bring you $200.
You have this tone now, but you are very charismatic. And
I was charismatic, but I don't remember that.
I do, because I was like, wow, he's so calm under conflict.
Well, you can't be aggressive to a guy who obviously does not want to bring you your wallet.
And we just met.
And we just met and we're stranded and I have no way to get anywhere now.
Yeah.
So Moussa ends up coming and I give him $200. A lot.
That was like substantial.
And that's partially why I was very grateful that our first real meal together, we're in New York City, the big city. And here in this city, you have every variety of food available to you.
Culinary.
The highest caliber of culinary masterpieces are at our disposal. But I was very delighted that you wanted to go to TGI Fridays in Times Square.
People that will anger people.
It will.
But sometimes being funny is more important than.
And like,
and I'm on a budget.
that TGA Fridays was a madhouse. I mean, there were people on the tables screaming, laughing, and like it was insane in there.
It was bumping.
And I will forever remember that. After Moussa drops off my wallet, we get up into the Airbnb. And we're like, was it that night?
Yeah, because it was on the table.
It was like on the table.
Is this my camera?
Yeah.
We got this. Just left nothing else on the table.
It's just that.
Just an ad for a Oxford Capacity Analysis, a free personality test. Are you curious about yourself? Test the 10 personality traits that determine Scientology personality test. Come and take it for free. So yes.
So we're like, okay, let's do that. That sounds hilarious.
Let's do that before dinner.
Because like at this point, I have heard of Scientology.
Yeah.
I have an idea of the absurdity, but it's just mostly funny and quirky.
And just like, what is it to be there?
Right.
Because what's all this hubbub? It can't be that crazy.
L. Ron Hubbub.
L. Ron Hubbub.
So yeah, we go to Scientology.
We're here for the test, the free test.
We're here for the test, and they act like this is. They act like they don't have flyers printed that say this.
Yeah. Like, we're not, you invited us here. I'm sorry, that's my stomach. That's my stomach.
It sounded like a dump truck driving by.
You keep talking. I'm going to see if I have a picture from Scientology.
So we go in, they're acting all weird and suspicious about us. We're just like, we're here for the personality test. And finally, they get us kind of like down some stairs, and we're waiting in this area. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for our test to commence, we notice a guy on a wheelchair going towards an elevator.
That was dark.
And he was like, I have the money. And they're like, and they like shove him into an elevator.
This is no exaggeration.
It was weird.
They shoved a wheelchaired man in the elevator. And they went down.
And they like didn't want him talking about the money.
Yeah.
He's like, I have it. And they're like, get in here.
And we thought we were on the bottom level, but it had an arrow to go down.
Yeah, we were not on the bottom level.
So what did they do with the wheelchair man?
Ground him up into bits.
God, it's been 7 years, and I think about that, not like all, but, you know, at least once a year. And we have no way to find out how he's doing.
Very weird. So we ended up finally getting the test where they split us up.
Is it like 200 questions?
It's a long test. They split us up and we each go into individual rooms.
200 questions.
So it's a 200 question test. We're in our own little rooms in the Scientology building in New York in Times Square.
And it's 200 questions, so it's, I don't know, at least 20 minutes.
Like, I thought this was going to be like a quirky, fun thing we
like
did
an internet
together.
quiz. Yeah.
No.
No, this is seclusion.
We were alone, and I'm just like in this room filling out. It's like suddenly this isn't like a fun, quirky date.
Because the questions are weird.
This is like, is she okay? Are we going to be okay?
Lots of things about harming animals and like, I don't know.
A lot about harming animals.
It's like same 40 questions rephrased in different ways. Quite disturbing, and especially after seeing the wheelchair kid, you don't want to be alone in this environment.
So I finished my test. I think I finished before you.
Yeah, because I'm like actually taking it.
And I'm just like, who cares?
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to know the truth, so I'm like really deliberating on these answers.
So like I finish, they take my test, and then they give. I think they went and like calculated my results. And they sent me back to the room where I took the test. And then they brought me the results and they're like, you're fine. Cool. According to Scientology, I'm fine.
You are desirable.
I'm desirable. They said, you're desirable. But then in the meantime, I'm in this room. They had taken your test.
Yeah.
And they went and scored it up. And did they take your test to you?
I don't remember.
They took her test to me. They brought her test results to me. And they pulled me aside like this was like, listen, if this is your lady friend and you care about her, you're going to want to sit down for this. I've got some bad news. And so you have your test results, right?
Yeah, I scanned it and then highlighted it so it was easier to understand.
So left is me.
Yes.
And right is you.
Yes.
And I'm desirable.
Yeah, anything for our podcast listeners, just, you're not going to know, but a red zone is bad. Anything below that line, anything in that region is attention urgent.
So they take this test to me before they've even shown her results. And they're like...
Well, can I first say what traits it has? 'Cause that's also very funny. I am an attention urgent for I'm unstable.
Well, and keep in mind, this is what they covered with me. They're like...
Yeah.
They're going line by line with these items, and they're like, so anything in this zone is devastatingly bad. And these are the things that she urgently and desperately needs attention and your help on. Talking to me.
Yeah. Unstable, depressed, nervous, uncertainty, inactive, inhibited, irresponsible, critical, lack of accord. And then I scored well with withdrawn, which I don't know if that means, do they want you to be withdrawn or not withdrawn? Because I'm out of the red zone on that one.
So maybe you're not, maybe that means you're not withdrawn.
Okay. That's not accurate, but yeah, it's a hefty list to be, hey, you just met this girl for the first time in real life.
Well, they didn't know that.
But for you, it's like,
Well, also keep in like no part of me is like, wow, really? This is her personality summed up here? No part of me takes this seriously.
yeah.
So while they're talking to me, I'm just like, oh my God, they're trying to sell me some bullshit. What they're trying to do is convince me that this girl that I love is in a bad place. And that the only way to help her and to be a man is to pay for courses that will specifically address each of these columns.
Which we didn't get a course.
We did end up buying a course.
Later.
But this was a long time later.
We bought Dianetics that day.
We bought the Dianetics book by L. Ron Hubbard.
Was that it? Oh, and then the Problems of Work DVD.
And then because they're like trying to fish that you have problems. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm having problems at work.
Oh,
And they're like, okay, we have the perfect solution for you. The Problems at Work DVD. So I buy a DVD. It's wrapped in cellophane.
it's sealed.
It's sealed.
100% sealed.
And like, I don't have anything that can play a DVD.
Yeah, but we buy it. And we open it at TGI Fridays to be like, what's the insert look like?
Right.
You know?
And so, yeah, I peel open the cellophane. I peel open the cellophane, open up the DVD case.
Empty.
It's empty. They sold me an empty DVD. And so I'm like, this is bullshit. This was like a $40 DVD.
Right.
So
It felt a little crazy because mistakes like that don't happen in manufacturing, really.
we didn't go back that day, did we?
No, because we went to David Sedaris.
Right, yeah.
And then the next morning.
So, the next day I'm like, I got to get what I paid for.
I mean, that's $40.
And at this point, keep in mind, we don't know like what they really are.
Yeah. It's just like, huh.
We don't know that anyone's scared of them. I don't, anyway.
I did, but
I had no
I
idea.
was. Oh, really?
I was just like, this is a kooky religion.
Yeah, I read Going Clear and I was super spooked, but I was living on the edge with you. I probably should have shared that information.
Thank you. Yeah, you should have. I'm glad that you didn't for the story, but
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know the severity of what we were getting.
I'm so sorry.
So we go back to Scientology and we're like, excuse me, I bought the Problems at Work DVD. Really excited to watch it. But we opened it up and there was no DVD. And I showed them the empty DVD case. And I thought, this is what I thought the interaction was going to be like. Oh, wow. Okay. That's crazy. Well, here, let's go get you a new one to fix that. Here's what we got instead. You're saying there was no DVD? Yeah, there was no. I opened it up and there was no. Hang on. And they like go and they like talks amongst themselves and they bring other people into this.
It was a multi-person discourse.
And they're acting all suspicious and they're like, so wait, say it again. It's you know when somebody's like lying and somebody tries to get them to tell the
Yeah,
same
like,
story over and over again to
There's
catch
so
the holes?
few parts to catch you in.
Yeah, it's like I opened case, no DVD.
That was it.
And so finally, after it probably took like 20 minutes
It
for
was
them
like
to agree, like, fine, we'll give you a new case. But it's like, what? Why would I want 2 copies of this?
Right. And what is it? 50 cents loss for them to
Right.
give you.
If I really wanted multiple copies of Scientology's Problems at Work DVD, I would put the DVD that did come in the case into a computer, rip it,
Yeah.
and just distribute it all over the world.
We should have done that.
Hindsight. But yeah, so finally got the replacement DVD, and then I think I just threw it away. But yeah, that's what happened.
We have more Scientology stories, but we'll put those on we have so many to share.
We've gone back.
But
We've gone to Scientology centers in Denver, Salt Lake City, New York City. I think that's about it.
Not Florida, but we wanted to.
We want to go to Clearwater,
Yeah.
but that's even scary.
And it's empty.
We'll go more into Scientology later
I'll
because
give some of my literature. We have a tote. How big would you say that tote is?
I mean it's the largest tote you can get at Home Depot.
Yeah, I've spent a substantial amount of money. 'Cause
We have e-meters. And if you're, oh yeah, back there, back in the back there.
Oh, I got the coolest one.
This thing is so cool.
Like,
Look at that. That's an e-meter.
it just looks cool. Great design.
And you hook up the soda cans on either side and you hold them and you're like,
It's made in 1981. It has a whole, yeah. So we're experts.
yeah, we have rare items.
But did I do that?
Yes.
Who else? But that was very exciting for both of us because we saw this flyer. Most people would be like, ew, what is this Scientology bullshit?
Most people wouldn't even read it.
That's true.
So,
But we're like, let's go on our first date because that was our first date. because the next.
But that's when you were down, like when you wanted to go do all this and you wanted to go to TGI Fridays, that's when I knew. That's when I knew.
When I already knew, but when you bought the book is when I was like, yes. Because it's technically giving money to something we don't support, but
Right.
the level of dedication, I was like, this is my man.
The joke of buying that book
Is
and the token of the memory
yeah.
was more valuable than supporting people who killed Shelley.
Shelley.
So, yeah, I mean, and that just shows I think our compatibility.
Yeah. I think it's very romantic in some sense. It shows we have a good chemistry and we're very similar. We are known to be told.
We are told to be known, and we are known to be told.
And I can say that because we earned it. Because we were on OkCupid with 97% compatibility out of like 800 questions. So like the algorithm we are the most compatible, just statistically, almost as compatible as you could be. Because the computers made it so.
Yeah, the math doesn't lie to us.
The math doesn't lie. Because of that, sometimes people are like, you guys are so cute and you're so similar. How did you find someone like you? You know? And a coworker sent me this video of, he was like, you should try this with DJ because people have expectations that, you know, I don't know.
That we're like so on the same page.
Yeah. There's this video. Why is it
Teenagers.
so small? How do I, God.
2,
Pepper.
3 teenagers.
Okay, now we have to find the common thing between Pepper and teenagers. Ready?
1, 2, 3
sneeze.
allergies.
Wow. Now we have to find the common thing between sneeze and allergies.
1, 2, 3
pollen.
So this video, the game is to say a random word, 1, 2, 3 word, and then you come up with something that's in common with those two things. And this video is like mind meld because they're really good at it.
Right.
You know, they get them pretty quickly. So that was sent to us because it's like we should be good at that. I've always thought the Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
I don't even know the rules, but I was always like, I could win that with
Right.
you. So I thought we'd be really good at this. I thought we'd be really good at this because it's a mind meld. So what we didn't consider is that my brain's not what it used to be. It's called rebound intracranial hypertension. So my brain is pushing up into my skull and the cranial nerves are being pushed down. And it's called pseudotumor cerebri because it mimics a brain tumor.
Fun.
That's to say I have a hard time connecting ideas, especially quickly. So if you make fun of me, you're an ableist. It's like you're making fun of someone with brain cancer or pseudo brain cancer. But we tried this on our road trip thinking we'd be good.
And we were not.
Yeah, we
good.
tried it like 2 or 3 times.
It's
and then-
like, so with the idea is we both say a random word and we're trying to inch towards getting to the same word. But what ends up happening is it's like if this microphone is the center word that we should arrive at, and this is me and this is you, this is what ends up happening. We just dance. It's like the verbal equivalent of missing a high five over and
in
over again.
perpetuity. It's like a hell. You're stuck in hell, just missing those high fives.
So
We wanted to play. Because either we're really good and then we're like, yeah, mind meld. Or it's like, that was funny how bad. So I don't know.
So let's try it now.
I don't have a word.
So you're going to say the first word that comes to your mind. I'm going to say the first word that comes to my mind. And then we're going to try to get towards saying the same word in a mind meld.
It's so scary. Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, camera. Camera and milk. 3, 2, 1, commercial.
Dairy product.
Commercial and dairy product. 3, 2, 1,
got
Velveeta.
milk?
Velveeta and got milk. 3, 2, 1, grocery
cow.
store.
Three,
Grocery store and cow. 3, 2, 1,
beef.
butter. Butter and beef. 3, 2, 1,
steak
dairy.
Dinner. Oh.
Steak, dinner, and dairy. Three, two, one. Gravy.
Gourmet.
Gourmet and gravy. Three, two, one.
Kochmans.
Microwave.
3,
2, 1.
Frozen dinner.
That's close.
That'll do.
That's pretty close. 3, 2, 1.
War
Vitamin.
crimes.
Vitamin and war crimes. All right. 3, 2, 1. Cocaine.
Opium production.
Cocaine and opium production. 3, 2, 1. Cartel and slavery. 3, 2, 1. Crimes
runners.
against humanity and the runners. Crimes against humanity and the runners.
I don't know. Crimes
3,
against humanity
2,
and the runners.
1. Death.
Delivery.
Death and delivery. 3, 2, 1. Hearse.
Reaper. Oh, Grim Reaper and hearse.
3, 2, 1. Hospice.
Funeral home.
Getting there. 3, 2, 1. Mortuary.
I couldn't think. I was thinking morgue. Are those the same thing?
I have no idea what either are.
Then they are the same thing. Morgue and mortuary. Can we just do a couple more? Because I really like it.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Stairs.
Soda.
Stairs and soda. 3, 2, 1. Spill. Wow.
Meld.
All right, let's try it again.
That was really good.
That was fantastic.
My ears are okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Termite.
Mountains.
Termite and mountains. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Tree.
trees.
Oh my God.
We're actually doing good. What is going on here?
So yeah, so that was that.
That was the say a word at the same time game.
Try it at home with your friends or your mom.
Yeah, if we haven't inspired you that it's a great time. I'm a little self-conscious because I'm not feeling very witty because, I haven't been doing too great. Although I would say I'm doing pretty good today because I had a dream about the dogs I told you about.
Very sweet.
And usually I have nightmares about everything and it's so wholesome. I'm just playing with my dogs at my parents' house. That's their dream. But then I was thinking about how I miss Saxby's dream because, he makes those sounds.
Yeah, when dogs dream, they're just like, yeah, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, so what are they dreaming about?
And even though I've heard dogs dream virtually my entire life, every time that I hear it, it's like, oh my God.
Can it be?
No, I get scared. I'm worried that there's a haunting.
Huh?
What?
What's haunting?
The sound of the dog sounds spooky.
Oh. Like you don't remember they dream?
Right.
Oh. I think it's the sweetest sound.
I don't like it. I try to wake dogs. Stop it.
You're not supposed to do that if you think they're having a nightmare. They can bite you. That's true.
I mean, who's to say what? I've woken up dogs dreaming a lot, and I've never had one bite me.
I've heard that if they're they can have nightmares, so they can wake up and bite.
How do we know this? How do we know they're having nightmares?
We know.
We don't know.
I don't know. We don't know because I've been telling people that they dream about humans because what a lovely thing that is,
That dogs dream about humans?
Yeah, that they dream about their owners, and that made me feel
How
nice.
do we know that?
Well, I assumed when I read the headlines, I was like, maybe they used fMRI or something, like they used something to reconstruct because I saw something once UCLA mapped out something. So I've been spreading this lie because...
So it is a lie.
It's unverifiable. It's like... Yeah, so there's like... Harvard psychologists revealed that dogs dream of their humans, and when your dog's day is over, they dream of you, says Harvard. And Harvard psychologist reveals what dogs dream about. They didn't. They just said that they do track that they have similar sleep patterns. They go into REM and stuff like that. But the whole thing is just like, if they sleep like us, then they probably think about things that are important to them, and you're important to them, so they probably dream about you. That's not definitive.
That's saying Harvard says that dogs
Yeah.
dream about their owners is very different from Harvard says they probably do. I don't
And
know.
it's like one person from Harvard. So it's not like the research team. It's like
Right.
a Harvard psychologist says. So
like the janitor at Harvard's, somebody's like, hey, what do dogs dream about? He's like, the owners? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
and I'm like, he's
They're
employed
like,
by
Harvard
Harvard.
says that dogs dream about people.
And I fall for it. I just saw Harvard dogs dream about people, and then I'm like, wow, it's verified. No, I feel very duped. I continue to feel duped every day by all these headlines, these clickbait false headlines.
It's getting insane.
It's out of control. I mean, it's been a problem for a long time.
And
But
I've kind of thought that because everyone is so conscious of clickbaity headlines, that those have kind of gone away.
yeah.
And that a reputable news outlet, reputable in air quotes, but a reputable news outlet wouldn't just put out some bullshit clickbait headline. But they do.
They do. It's weird if they don't.
Like, for example, so there was, I follow all these like science channels and stuff on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere. And one of the headlines that I saw was like a screen cap from, I don't know, it was like CNN. It was like, why Saturn's rings will disappear by 2025.
Disappear?
Disappear.
Like
Other
cease to
headlines are like,
exist?
will Saturn's rings disappear by 2025? Saturn's rings will vanish by 2025. Experts aren't concerned, though. Why Saturn's magnificent rings will soon vanish.
Like just disappear?
Yeah, all with pictures of the rings. And some of them with like Photoshop pictures of Saturn without the rings.
Huh.
And so you're thinking like, oh no, the whole belt of debris around Saturn is going to like fall into Saturn, and then it won't be anymore.
Disastrous and sad.
So I click on it to read it. Not true. Not true at all.
What is it? They're not disappearing at all?
Saturn, not at all. The rings are
I mean,
not disappearing.
I wouldn't think it was, but
Saturn is tilting so that the disk will be level with us, so that we won't actually see the rings, because it'll be at a horizontal plane with us.
so the headline is they will not be visible from Earth temporarily.
That's the headline.
But they say they're vanishing. Vanishing is not the same as not being
Vanishing,
visible.
disappearing,
My God.
going away. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
No.
And it's getting even crazy. I mean, you have that, which is insane. Because, like, with science stuff, you would
Should be
expect a
pure.
headline that's, like, mentioning things that are science-related
Yeah.
from a reputable news outlet.
Not so.
You wouldn't expect to read that and be like, oh, they're full of shit.
Can't read anything.
It's getting even worse, though, because, and actually, I don't know if it's getting worse, because this is just funny to me. So you'll see on, like, I don't know, you'll see these people faking online like they're on Joe Rogan. They'll be sitting with a Shure SM7B, which is a broadcast microphone that Joe Rogan uses. And they'll have a red curtain behind them. And they'll be talking like they're looking at somebody. There's no one on the other side.
Really?
And so you'll see a lot of this for like fitness stuff, which is crazy. But yeah, you'll see like fitness, quote unquote, influencers pretending like they're on Joe Rogan talking. And then you'll realize they're not talking to anybody. This isn't on Joe Rogan. They're just making this.
It's a horrible scam.
Horrible scam. And so I thought that was bad. So I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see this video pop up. And it immediately catches my attention because it's like guys fighting in a courtroom, or like it looked official.
Yeah.
They're like in an official government building and they're fighting and they're freaking out. And then like Megyn Kelly, is that somebody?
The blonde, well, they're all blonde.
I don't know. It might not be her, but then
think so.
this news lady comes on and she's talking, but then I noticed something. And so I've sent you the video and we're going to go ahead and play this here. And I just want to see, hang on, let me just make sure all these volumes, okay, go ahead.
an attempt on the life
Oh,
of a
Laura
doctor on
Ingraham.
the air, the Dr. Oz came to tell about a new innovative tool that allows
So pause
you to
it.
clean blood vessels.
So I'm noticing, okay, so I'm watching this, and then right at the end of that scene in the courthouse or whatever,
Yeah.
I noticed they're not speaking English.
Right.
What does it have to do with Dr. Oz? And then Laura Ingraham comes on,
And her mouth is.
and her mouth isn't moving to the words that she's saying. And so now I'm starting to watch this because I'm like, maybe the audio is just off and it's
Yeah.
not synced up. And either her mouth is moving to the word that she just said late or early. So I'm trying to pay attention to this. And I realize there's no discernible pattern to this.
And normalize blood pressure in a few days. Who is against this medical progress and why?
One application a day to forget about high blood pressure forever, and you will
So
eliminate
then-
the risk of stroke.
And I'm not even sure what they want the storyline to be. So let's go back, not physically in the video, but let's just take our minds back to what happened. There's a courthouse. Dr. Oz is allegedly in this courtroom, and a fight breaks out because someone doesn't want Dr. Oz talking about the cure to high blood pressure. And so they beat Dr. Oz up.
Yeah.
Laura Ingram's talking about this. And then they show footage of Dr. Oz beaten to a pulp,
But
like with a bloody eye. He can't see out of that eye, but he felt so convicted to speak to this remedy for clearing blood vessels and normalizing blood pressure. First of all, you don't want to clear your blood
I was going to
vessels.
ask you, that doesn't seem optimal.
You want to have blood in the
You
blood
don't want to
vessels.
cleanse it. You don't want to empty that.
So we don't want to clear the blood
No.
vessels. And then, so go ahead and press play.
Heart attack without any side effects. The pharmaceutical mafia is against this medical breakthrough because I guarantee you that my new cheap product will help you get rid of related diseases in 14 days. Risk of stroke and heart attack, constant fatigue, headaches, swelling in the morning, insomnia at night, and sleepiness during the day, memory impairment, all of these are treatable. Over 160,000 Americans have already tried this drug and have been permanently relieved of their problems. The pharmaceutical mafia will lose a huge amount of money if everyone knows about this inexpensive remedy. Hurry up and place your order on the button below while it is available.
So hang on. So he's talking in this courthouse that is definitely not based in the United
that's
States.
supposed to be there.
Yes.
I thought it was like a press conference after or something. Okay.
So it's like he gets beaten up, and then finally they get rid of the person.
The aggressor.
And Laura Ingram's asking, "Who is this person?" And whenever she talks, she's like, "And who doesn't want him talking about this?" How would we not know?
Right.
Like the person who beat up Dr. Oz in this television set of a courthouse just ran away.
This is wild.
So if that's the best that they're doing with AI
And
right
to our
now,
podcast listeners, his face was incredible.
yeah, if you're
'Cause it's
listening on
so
the audio,
blurry.
they have very shittily added a like beaten up filter
Filter?
over his face.
There's so many very blurry areas. Like you took the Photoshop blur tool and
Yes.
just like highlighted that.
I mean,
That's
it
so
looks more
great.
like someone messed up his makeup than that he was injured.
I feel like I don't know her very well. I feel like her voice was pretty good.
It was, yeah.
So if I heard the audio version of this, I might be like,
But then also, if you start paying attention to the words, you're
Yeah,
like,
and
they're
you're
not
like-
saying that.
and he's like, buy it from the button below. There's no button below. What is it? But what's the scam? Are
Well,
they selling
so-
this product?
Yeah, they're trying to sell some bullshit.
What is it?
So I clicked on. So this was on Instagram, and it's an ad. So Instagram approved this ad.
Zucks.
Instagram
Anything
said
for $1
this was okay,
and that you would like it.
and they thought I would like it.
Yeah.
So I clicked on learn more, and it took me to this weird website. And I don't even know if we can actually get back to that website, because when I try to go to it now, it just doesn't load. So I had a hunch that this website wouldn't be accessible. that like clicking learn more, it took you to some weird routing that took you to this version of a website that was nature.com.
Because this is tightb.bond.
Yeah, tightb.bond is the website
Yeah.
purporting to be nature.com. and they've copied all the styling. But I mean, clearly nature.com did not write this.
No.
After such vascular cleansing, elderly people finally get rid of high blood pressure and other 9 supposedly incurable diseases. Dr. Oz is one of the most important cardiologists and professors in the United States.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the one making all the changes. But yeah, so this was obviously fake.
Amazing.
But then we were trying to find this article because while I took the screenshot, I wanted to read the rest of this and go through it. We couldn't reload this link
No.
to get this to load back up again. So you hunted down
Yeah, I put the headline in quotes
into Google.
into the Googles and got monkeytiz.com,
monkeystits.com. So
which says it's Med Journal, but here it says it's Sanjay Gupta. So they can't keep their TV doctor straight.
well, they're just trying anything they can.
And it's an A/B test.
How do you
to
buy?
doctors.
So where do you buy what they're selling?
To become 120 years old without tablets is possible.
Like iPads?
Yeah. Cholesterol. Okay. What the hell? Ew, gross. Okay. This is very long.
Order. Click on that.
Oh. As soon as you spin the button, Striction D will be reserved for you. Currently, there's 12 available. 12 pieces.
Yeah, this is how Sanjay Gupta wants you
Do I want to spin it?
buying his medicine.
Or will something bad happen to me?
I mean, surely viruses aren't real anymore.
Yeah, just like clickbait headlines. 10% off. Oh, it went back to the 50. Ooh. All right. Striction D on the official website goes to ringpaintmodern.com.
And then it redirects to where? To strictiond.healthyhabits.com.
Where the hell was it before? Did I just say?
That's what I mean. It's going through all these loops of fake URLs.
Wow.
Ringpaintmodern.com.
Extremely a high media demand. There's a limited supply in stock as of right now. Huh. Why is it so popular?
I would love to order Striction D.
I know. This is the Scientology thing. Is it worth ordering it just to see what it is? To support these horrible people?
But then someone has your credit card number.
That's the kicker.
Yeah.
Hurry, only 103 bottles. Look, those bottles are going down in very specific increments of about 5 to 10 seconds. That's just on a counter.
Oh, yeah. And if you refresh, it goes back up. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, if we do it, they have a money back guarantee. So I hate this.
So, yeah, anyway.
That video's so funny. You should watch our YouTube so you can watch that video.
It's definitely worth I was like crying laughing when
That's
I first saw that.
incredible. It was a very surprising.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
really got me.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because what garbage?
So then you have that stuff. Obviously, that's not.
Attempted
It's not
deepfake.
It's attempting to be fake, but there's no way they think anyone's being fooled by that.
I don't know. They've built a website. That's not hard to do. I guess even if you make like $50, it was worth lying about, right? I was at the gym the other day, speaking of headlines, because I'm just going to keep talking about these bad headlines. There was, and this is like an old story, but we haven't recorded for 2 weeks. But there was a headline, shooting on Delta flight. So I was like, holy butt fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of flying. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm never flying again. Which, like, if that would seem more like a terrorist, like a shooting on a. And it's not, it wasn't a shooting.
Wait, what do you mean it wasn't a shooting?
The headline said shooting midair, and then it had an image of Alaska Airlines, even though it's Delta. But it was like the pilot wanted to divert the flight because there was a medical emergency. And then the other guy who was allowed to have a gun, I don't know, co-pilot or something. Like, there's different counts on that. Most of them say he threatened to pull a gun, but then other ones say he pulled a gun and, like, held it to his head. And, like, there's all these different, but he just like threatened to shoot him, which isn't great. But that's not the same as shooting midair. I almost stopped flying because of this headline.
Yeah, it was probably just like when we land, I'm gonna bone your wife. The pilot says that, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
And then this happened.
And he went to court in Utah, which is weird.
They went to court
Yeah.
for saying I'm gonna shoot you.
I think it was fairly aggressive.
Okay.
And he had a gun, but he was authorized to carry it also. But I keep threatening it, but I'm going to write our Vasa gym to stop playing the goddamn news at the gym. The reason I'm at the gym is so I can get away from the news.
There is no reason to have the news on at the gym.
It is infuriating.
And it's like in front of the treadmills.
Yeah. I'm already.
So you're just like running. What? And I don't want to hear about Hamas and Israel. I'm running on the treadmill, okay?
Yeah. And I'm listening to a podcast which doesn't have video, so my eyes are. And it's like CNN. It's the bad ones, right? CNN and Fox and look like it's just news.
Right.
It's like, get me out of here. It makes me very angry. That's one of the things I don't like about going to the gym.
They shouldn't have those TVs. We don't need to be watching TVs at the gym.
No, just put on one of those like videos you put on for the dogs when you're gone. It's just like a field. Give me a field.
I get there's a lot. So I've been going to the gym very regularly
Oh, yeah.
for like a year and a half now. And I've gotten to know all the quirks of the gym.
That's true. Every single nook.
One thing that I don't understand to this day is you'll walk into the gym and you have to scan in your little barcode to get in. And first of all, they have to like hold the scanner. They can't just leave it there and let me scan. They have to consciously hold. So they're scanning, but they're always paying attention to somebody like a customer at the counter, and they're talking to them for a long time. What are you talking about at the front desk at the gym? What could you possibly, as a customer, be talking about to the front desk?
I don't even have a guess. Maybe overdue fees like Scientology, and they're like quietly duking out their.
But even then, all these
$10
gyms
a
have like
month.
the same. They outsource billing and their apps and everything's to
Yeah.
the same companies. There's probably like 3 of them.
Although you've talked to them before about broken equipment, so maybe it's,
But that literally lasted less than 10 seconds.
maybe these people don't know how to keep it succinct. But they don't look angry.
I was just like, by the way, 25% of your treadmills are broken. And then I left.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking to them about? And then you'll also see they have like desks at the gym.
Yeah.
Why?
People are at them.
And you'll see people
Sometimes.
at them and they've got papers and they're talking about stuff. And then you'll be in the middle of like working out and you'll see somebody wearing the gym shirt. They work there, walking around with obviously customers or what I'm assuming are prospective customers. And they're walking around the gym. Again, what are they talking
What
about?
are they?
Like, what could you possibly need to walk around a gym with an employee to accomplish? Like, what are you doing?
Gym that's $10 a month.
Right. This isn't like a world-class.
Yeah. If it was like $500, it'd be like, what am I getting for my money? But it's like you know what you're getting.
So this is our weights. Oh, what do you do? What do you do with those? You just push them around. Yeah. You pick them up and lift them around. Okay. These are treadmills. No, the people are just they just walking on a machine. They're staying in one place. The belt moves so they can move their feet. Yeah. And you're walking, you can speed up just the speed. Okay. What's this over here? That's the bathrooms. What do people do in a bathroom? No, they just poop and pee and they change. Oh, what do they change into? The work clothes, and they change out of the work clothes into the gym clothes, and then the other way around when they leave. What's this over here? It's a basketball court. They got a ball, and they're bouncing it around, and they throw it around, and then it goes in the hoop. Yeah, that's basketball. That's how it works. they're running back and forth in the basketball. They got the ball, and they just bounce it, and they bounce it, and they throw it, and they pass it around, and they throw it. Woo, woo. What are you talking about in the gym? Why do you need to talk to an employee? What are you accomplishing? What do you not know? What can you not observe when you walk into a gym for the first time and know where everything is and what it does? It's self-explanatory. You're an adult. My God, it is infuriating.
You just took me on a whole journey there. That was incredible.
Why do they need
I don't
that?
know. I saw someone staring at a spreadsheet yesterday.
Yes.
Texting. He was just staring at his laptop.
Like, why?
Maybe they're just NPCs on a loop.
They have to be. There's no way that a real person is walking around with a gym employee and genuinely not knowing what they're looking at. Nothing that is in a gym, if you are legally old enough to purchase a gym membership.
Yeah.
First of all, you should also be legally old enough to know that you can just go on the website and sign up. You don't need to come there and talk to people and sit down and have meetings with papers and signings. Just go online, sign up for your gym membership, and go in. It's that easy.
I would really like to build. We have made 2 friends at the front desk, but they're gone. Well, they're not dead. They moved on. But it would be worth the investment to make a friendship to get into these questions. But this new
Like, hey, when people come and talk to you, what's going on? What are you talking
we
about?
could ask that. We're very charming.
I'll just ask them that.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
You just need the right person, but I feel like this entire staff, and no matter what time of day, does not like me. And they're not going to be very receptive to my questions.
Well, they're all like kids who don't want to be there, you know?
Yeah, but they don't like me. It was like when I went to the pharmacy the other day, and she was like, "Where are you going?" And she's like, "Well, do you have a fun weekend plan?" He's like, "I'm going to Dubai for 3 months." And she's like, "Wow, that's so exciting." You know, I'm just like so excited for him to go to like slavery land. And then like I'm up and she's like, "What do you want?" What am I? I am the most.
She said, "What do you want?"
Yeah, and I'm like the most harmless. Like I am the nicest person, basically. But it's like that at the gym. I see them like, "Hey, hey," and then I come up and they're just like, scan it. It's like, what's going on? Be nice to me.
I mean, I don't want anyone being nice to me.
I want everyone to be nice to me.
I don't want to look at or talk to any human being. So if I walk up to a desk and they're like, great. If they're like, "Hey man, how's it going? You gonna have a good workout? What you working on today?
Oh, I love those.
Push, pull, leg split, huh? Which day is it for you?" It's like, please die.
No.
Or me.
They're just working.
Right, but
But
like,
they have to. Otherwise, they'd leave it on the counter all the time.
maybe they're just trying to balance who they should be short with and who they should be like overly nice with.
Yeah, you just gotta read. You gotta learn to read.
You just got to
people.
pick a lane and go with
Yeah.
each person and hope that you're right. Because some people want that. They want the talking and the friendliness.
It warms my heart.
And some people, it breaks my day down into dust.
Maybe it's a gender thing. I don't know. I like it. I mean, I don't want them to have to do it, but I'm not. When people are nice to me, I feel nice.
I just don't think that somebody needs to go to a gym and have a meeting with somebody and walk around with an employee. There's nothing to explain.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
like
know
it's
what's
not like
going on there.
Striction D where you have to explain all of the benefits and why you're taking it.
Yeah.
So
The anti-striction D.
it's self-explanatory. It's not sensationalism.
No.
Did you hear about the Canadian hockey guy?
No.
Well, I don't know if I should bring that up, but
Why?
because it's
What happened?
a little gory.
Well, Canadian hockey?
It's a little violent,
Really?
and like more so than normal
Do I want
hockey.
to know this? I want to know.
Well, if
this.
you're listening to the podcast and you're sensitive or squeamish, then
The following content is sensitive and may be disturbing to viewers under the age of 18.
It's bad enough for a trigger warning.
it's bad enough for a trigger
dear
warning.
God.
So these hockey teams, I think it's a Canadian hockey team and maybe a U.S. hockey team are in the UK and they're playing hockey.
Why do they do that?
So the headline is basically just like suspect arrested in death of Minnesota hockey player Adam Johnson released on bail. And so this sounds like a hockey player was out at a bar, left and got stabbed or something.
It just sounds like a famous person was hurt. Or I guess
Yes.
more than hurt, but
It sounds like they died, but that's,
yeah.
you know, people die.
What happened?
So I click on, I'm reading the article and it's just not, it's not getting to the point. So finally I go, and then I ended up on Twitter where you can watch this video
What?
to see what actually happened.
To see the hockey man get
They're
murdered?
playing hockey. They're skating around on their skates. Hockey player hits the puck with his puck hitter.
What?
Other hockey player launches at him with his foot up. Ice skate goes up under helmet. Hockey player falls to the ground. Pool of blood. He gets up and stumbles away while he's bleeding out. He was murdered via ice skate to the neck.
You watched this?
Well, I didn't know that's what I was going to see when I
Dear
watched it.
God. Was it very obviously on purpose or like a freak accident?
I mean, it was on purpose that he used his foot to...
Slice his throat?
No. I think it was on purpose that he used his foot to, like, push him. But I don't think that he intended to slice his throat on the ice.
Is he a bad man?
I mean, apparently he's known to be violent.
He sliced his throat?
Yeah.
Hockey, man.
It's brutal.
I still remember. Well, I don't know how old I was, but some friends went ice skating. I was invited to go ice skating. And then my mom said, I mean, it's not bad advice, but it's made me never ice skate. She said something about just make sure you don't fall, because then someone's going to slice your fingers off with their ice skates.
Like if you fall down and somebody skates over your fingers.
Yeah. So I never ice skated. But apparently that was a good move.
Just don't play hockey.
Don't be on ice skates. They're little razors. Just floating around on razors.
It's very gross.
What a horrible... That's a horrible thing.
So, hope you don't get squeamish. But don't watch the video if you do.
There are any Don't watch the video. Don't watch the video.
There's
That's
lessons.
horrible.
You don't actually see his face because he has a helmet on.
Oh.
So you
see
just
him
see-
die?
You don't see him die. You see him stumble off the ice.
Oh, no. This is horrible.
With a giant pool of blood on the
Oh my
ice.
God. Did they end the game?
That's a great
just
question. Did
play
they
through
finish
his
playing?
blood?
All right, and play ball.
Jesus Christ. That's dark.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like the early days of the internet where you could go to like facesofdeath.com
They never
and just
went there.
watch people die. And it wasn't weird and you weren't like a disturbed person if you went there.
Were they videos?
Yeah, they were videos.
Who's taking these videos?
I don't know.
The murderers?
Yeah,
Murderers are uploading to the site and that's not weird?
they were. Yes. It wasn't weird. It wasn't like, I mean, it was weird. Like you knew your mom wasn't going to Faces, but amongst friends, it was like, shit, I was on Faces of Death last night.
So
It's like,
there's, like-
oh, fuck.
An epidemic of murderers uploading their kills?
Well, yeah, and this was global. So you'd see stuff from all over the
Oh
world.
my God.
Terrible.
Are they
stuff.
like tagged with different... Do we need another trigger warning for the...
I don't think
Are
so.
you going to give me details?
Not giving you details, but like there should have been trigger warnings because some of that stuff still haunts my brain.
At least it was potato quality back then, so it's
That's
not as
true.
high def.
It was bad quality. And you would just see stuff on like E-Bomb's World.
E-Bomb's World was a mixed bag for sure.
Mixed bag. One video, hilarious. The next video, somebody's dying, getting their arms ripped off by horses.
I had that experience with 4chan and blocked it out of my memory. Yeah, now it's different. Back then it was like
It was
fun.
it wasn't fun. It was just like curiosity.
Just like, because you're having your whole world open to the world.
Right.
Because the internet. Now it's like, ugh.
So now seeing somebody like die on an ice skating rink I think that's not normal to see on the internet. They should definitely have to issue a trigger warning.
Yeah, like yours that you made.
Yeah.
One time I worked at a and I had, well, I don't want to say, I won't say his name. My friend gave me his PSP in exchange for, we made a trade. I don't know, but I thought I wanted a PSP and then I didn't. And then I gave it to my boss at the sushi restaurant for some reason because he was like a gamer or something. My memory's foggy. All I remember is that he didn't know that I was gifted it before giving it to him. And like the memory card wasn't, my friend had looked at this guy, gore porn, and had many images of very bad things on there. And the boss thought it was mine.
The boss thought you were looking at gore porn.
Like naked, like bad, dark stuff. He was describing some of it, and I was like, no, look at me. So what if he didn't say anything, and he just thought I had that? I can't talk to that friend anymore.
That's insane.
Dark.
Yeah, I would be like, by the way,
I don't want him to know I know.
that's true, because then maybe he wants to gore porn you.
Yeah.
What a funny podcast we have.
Well, I'm sorry. It came to my mind.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a hefty accusation.
we went, we're in a dark
I'm in
place.
such a dark place.
So we'll go to dark places.
And you'll go there with us, or you won't.
Well, I kind of just want to get out of that place.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry.
It's time for
I'm
our
so sorry.
favorite segment on the podcast, and that is Guess What We Saw.
Do we even have guesses?
We saw something, and if you can guess what that is, you'll win a $500 Visa gift card. And so each week we're coming on here, we're answering listener questions, and your job is to go through all the episodes, find those answers, and piece together to figure out exactly what that thing is. It's a specific thing. It's not a category of a thing. It's a very specific thing, and you have to guess what that specific thing is.
And we tell you how many we saw since our last episode, which we know at least
40.
no, at least like 55 to 60.
Okay, so we've seen 55 to 60 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Since we did the
had
last
a
episode.
Healthy sighting.
So
Do we have guesses?
we have 2 new guesses.
Really? Because I was ready to be angry. Like my dog died, and you don't even care. You're not gonna guess. But now I have to be mad at anyone.
Yeah, we don't have to be mad because we have 2 guesses
Yay!
to run through here.
Let's
so
run through them.
George sent in a guess.
Welcome back, George.
And that guess is: did you see a bird? Did we see a bird? Well, we did see a bird, but that's not what we saw.
We have seen a bird.
I have seen birds, but that
Did it
is
have
not.
a nickname bird in any capacity? Has anyone ever called this thing a bird?
No.
No? Okay. So a definitive no.
Definitively, the thing that we saw, categorically nor specifically, is it a bird? No. It's the shortest applause.
what
I didn't know it
happened?
could be that short. All right, and then we have another question. And that question is: are the things you've seen each week usually the same color?
Ooh, who's that from?
That's from David.
David. Always David.
What I love is most of these questions are very succinct,
Yeah.
but this one is like, are the things you've seen each week usually the same color?
I don't know how many words you could spare in that sentence. I guess
No, I think every word is used wisely and intentionally.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a very long question.
It's a good question.
The answer is no. They're not usually the same color.
Yeah. I'm struggling on this one. I think he's saying one color, usually the same one color.
Hang on, we have.
To the conversation we just had.
No. Because we muted it.
We
But
had a powwow.
we had to, what is it called on Shark Tank when they have to go
Turn around.
what? No, when they go to like talk with their partner about the deal.
Basically a powwow.
Sure.
Can I even say that word?
Why couldn't you?
I don't know. Is that racist?
I think that the fact that you even asked that is, but
Well, because you're not you can't sit Indian style.
is powwow Native American?
I think
If it is, then yes, it's racist.
is powwow Native American? Yes. Gathering of indigenous communities to celebrate cultures through music, dance, tradition. So not quite a powwow.
Yeah, we didn't celebrate. Deliberate. We deliberated.
Deliberate.
And we have agreed that the answer is no.
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 No. The answer is no. It's not usually the same color.
No.
So it's not a bird. It's not the same color. And yeah.
Two guesses. Thanks.
I'm very happy to have
I
had
love
two
when
guesses.
we get guesses.
It's one of my favorite things.
It's the only thing that I love besides you.
So thank you for guessing what we saw. I'm sorry you didn't get it yet, but this is how we
You're
get
chipping
there.
away at it.
Yeah.
David and George, MVPs.
And I was also just checking to see if anyone called us.
Of course not.
And no.
Do we need to bribe people to call us?
I'm okay. I really want the calls, but if they're not going to do it, then whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take the guesses.
I'll
at
take
least.
the guesses over the calls.
I woke up and
No, it's just so insane in my ears.
I woke up in the back of the top of my throat. Not my throat, but
Yeah.
the top of the roof of my
yeah.
throat. It just feels inflamed.
Now
So-
you're making sounds.
So you might hear that sometimes.
I like it.
Anyway, did you hear about this this Oklahoma senator?
No. Is it like an abortion thing?
No, there's not an abortion. I'm sure an abortion has happened, but
Oh my God, that startled me.
why?
I don't know. I thought someone was here. That really freaked me out. I froze.
No one's here.
I was paralyzed in fear because the audio comes from me. Dear God. If I had my Apple Watch on, you'd see I'm in zone 2.
So this is one of those things that I ran across another overly sensationalized headline. They made it sound like what happened in that Dr. Oz video
Yeah.
happened here.
Is that what the one where they fight? Is that what you're saying? They fought in the
Yeah,
Senate or something?
right.
They did fight?
Well, no. So this is that video that I think was grossly over exaggerated. So this like senator and this teamster. I don't know what's going on. I
What's
don't
a
know what's
teamster?
going. I don't know what that is.
It doesn't sound very scary.
But there was a fight, and the headline made it sound like things broke out,
Like a brawl.
and like people had to like break up a fight. I mean, is it entertaining to watch? Sure. Is it a fight? I don't know.
Not a bloodbath. Not a hockey
Not a
bloodbath.
not a hockey rink bloodbath. No, but this is the video from.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Which, by the way, keep in mind, I don't know how anything works. I don't.
It's okay.
I have no idea. But if I had to guess, I would say it's unusual for Bernie Sanders to have a judge's gavel. And to like be, that's all I'll say. I don't think that this is normal.
Huh.
So
Okay.
this is the fight. This is the big fight that happened in
Senate?
in the Senate. Yeah.
I'm much more intrigued now that Bernie's involved.
What Mr. O'Brien just said about right to work states versus forced work states. I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
Two consenting adults?
Yeah, that sounds like.
The sexual tension is palpable.
Is it? Because I feel like how he said that. Who phrases things like that?
Anytime, any place, cowboy. Well, we're two consenting adults. So he wants to have sex with him, and let's go ahead and continue.
That's my takeaway.
To do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop.
You stand your
that your
butt up. Hey, cowboy, you stand your butt up and bend your butt over so we can be two consenting adults doing butt stuff like cowboys. And then Bernie Sanders is like, don't do this. Come on. Come on.
How dorky is the butt? I don't know. Ass is weird.
Why
too,
are you
but-
saying any of this?
Right,
We're two
yeah.
consenting adults. Stand your butt up. You stand your butt up and bend your butt over. I want to see your butt bend over.
He may as well have said that.
That's what this sounds like.
It's not just like, hey, stand up and come at me, bro.
And those poor women in the
Oh,
background.
they are so
They're just
uncomfortable.
Are they gonna have sex right now?
I don't want to be here for that.
Yeah.
I went back so I could hear the butt.
Be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to.
You
do
can
it right
finish me
Stand
off
your
here.
butt up.
with-
now. You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your
All right.
solution? Every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond?
He's
Hold
great.
it. Hold it.
Like, where did he get that?
No.
Does he normally have that?
I have no idea.
Is he like the head senator?
It's probably like a committee or something.
Why does he have a gavel?
He's the head of the committee. He's the judge. I have no idea. I don't know what this is.
Again, I've never. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't
What
watch
does the
this
man on
stuff.
the laptop do?
There's a guy on a laptop. Bernie Sanders thinks he's a judge. He just brought that from his house.
Yeah, because he needs to maintain order. He probably knew this was going to happen with the Teamsters guy because he's witnessed this tension.
What is a Teamster?
I don't know. Doesn't sound scary to me, but
I have the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and
You-
bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't like you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this because I did challenge you and I
is he
accepted your
hold? Did he
challenge.
grab his arm?
I don't like you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this because I did challenge you and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
I guess he did.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match,
No,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard
Hold
bully.
it. Excuse me. Hold it. No, excuse me. I have the
I
mic.
will say exactly.
Senator
what you
Mullen,
said.
I have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything that said, go for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about. Of course I
And,
did.
and let
He's-
me show you his hearing because I want to expose.
Nobody
his
is listening to
to
Bernie.
who he is.
No,
You don't
Nobody-
point at me. That's
it's
disrespectful.
making me angry.
I don't care about.
Nobody cares what Bernie has to say at all.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
want
hold
this
it.
cage match.
Hold it. No,
And he just keeps banging his gavel.
He's
Like,
so tired.
that doesn't matter, Bernie.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so over these assholes. These youngsters.
He's just like, please stop it. Come on, we're here. You're a senator. You're a senator. Sit down. Calm down. You're a senator. The American people don't deserve this. Come on, sit down. Sit down. You're a senator.
on what?
no respect for Bernie.
No respect for Bernie.
How dare they? They don't even know who they're with.
So
That was amazing. Like, But for some, when I watch, like,
Instead of fight breaks out in Senate hearing, it should have said funny time.
funny sexual tension.
Sexual tension, butt stuff. Ha.
But I like it when the UK has bickering.
Well, because in the UK, they're like having fun with it.
Yeah.
They don't even take it seriously.
They don't even. How do they pass anything?
Yeah. They're just having a good time.
This is like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the theme of today is bad headlines.
Including that our dog died.
That is a bad headline.
That's this episode. Bad headlines.
We'll just call it that.
Well, I think that's a wrap. This was our 10th episode of Oh Yeah, Big Time.
We have so many creative projects, and this is by far the longest.
Yeah, we've stuck to this one so far.
Yeah, we didn't even. Usually, if we had a 2-week break on anything, we'd
Done.
quit.
Throw it on the garbage, delete the accounts. But
since
we've kept it going.
We got those guesses.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do.
We keep going to keep you guessing. So, okay, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back next time.
Happy Thanksgiving.